Okay. We're doing it. I just realized my chat was. Let me just hold on. Let me fix the chat. Aha. There we go. There we go. Now we're going. All right. Up against Cad Bane here. I'm going to play a little bit of a game here. We're going to mulligan this hand. Ooh, okay. Lots of Sheehan flurries, huh? What's going on, Star Wars Unlimited Academy? You're gaming over there, huh? I think I actually just get rid of these two. Secret of Sage is pretty bad, actually. We are playing some set 8, my friends. We're playing some set 8. So this is going to be a fun time. Shielded units kind of stink against the Cad Bane player here. Everything I've got here just stinks against this player. I think I just claim. Not an exciting play, but... Oh my gosh, what is this? What is this? Not exciting at all. We'll pass. If they just deploy... Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we'll pass again. I mean, we're just losing this game, right? There's nothing we can do. We mulligan to a terrible hand. All right, hold on. We're just gonna concede we can't win. All right, let's start over. Let's start over. Oh wait, that's my chat. Hold on, let me fix this. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we're in. All right. I was too busy focusing on things, and then I mulliganed a hand, and then I was like, ooh, that's bad. All right. We've got the armor here. I want to keep this. Not super exciting. I will resource the 2 Vaders. We're just starting off with some Thrawn gameplay. One of my favorite decks to play from set 8, not gonna lie. This card, One Must Destroy to Create, is one of my favorite ones ever. Like, period, ever. All right, let's claim here. Armor. Luke Pilot. I wonder what Luke Pilot really got. Let's go ahead and hit the Secret of Sage, generate the Force. Get rid of the shield token. I'm okay with trading off there. I think we win this late game option or late game for us. Okay. Not exactly drawing particularly good. I will hit Oppo just to get rid of some or get some damage on him. My opponent, I don't feel like they can win. Oh, they're going to play Koska. All right. I mean, that's really good for them for sure. I do have Darth Tyrannus, however. I also have Stranger. I think I'd rather go Darth Tyrannus, to be honest. This Chimera is looking pretty bad. Let's go Darth Tyrannus. Go Shielded Ambush. Very nice. I haven't tried Luke Pilot out yet, to be honest. So that's an interesting one. Okay, they have like Unveiled Might or something. They will play Unveiled Might. Nice. Let's go ahead and just hit this, shrink this down. We can use Thrawn's ability. Does not like it does anything, but they can go ahead and hit whatever they want, and then we can go ahead and ambush the armor, which is exactly what we're gonna do. Chimera is looking kind of weak here. Definitely a mediocre hand. Although we'll see. All right, let's go Stranger, trigger ambush, knock this out. That's fine. Kill. They can knock out the Stranger afterwards, but now their leader's down. We can deploy our leader. We don't really care about our leader. I'm kind of hoping they don't kill Strangers so that we can follow up with Chimera here, but we will find out very shortly now, won't we? Let's deploy Thrawn, see what my opponent decides to do here. Protect the pod. Let's just claim. Leppy Lookout, huh? I think man, tricky spot. Let's just kill the Mandalorian. They can kill my Thrawn. It's fine. I don't really think that this is a winning strategy for my opponent, but their deck seems okay. I mean, they're playing upgrades. They're playing upgrades, I suppose. Lost and forgotten. I mean, if this is the game they want to play, I am okay with that. Okay, couple of units here. Stranger, Old Daka. Do I resource anything here? I feel like I don't need to. Let's just go Secretive Sage and then see what my opponent's going to have here. Interesting. So we can go the Stranger, go Old Daka. I think I'll just claim. Turn Koska to their hand. Okay, that actually lines up quite well for us, huh? Because we will just go with Chimera here. Defeat, defeat. They can play Koska afterwards, and then we can go Pre-Vizsla. Seems pretty decent. Yeah. Yeah, they could do this. That's fine. We're going to go Pre-Vizsla, knock these two out. And then, I mean, like I said, we could play this very, very long, back and forth. You play a card, I play a card type of deal. But, you know, I mean, I don't feel like that's going to work out super well for them. And if they plan on upgrading Axe Wolves, then I'm feeling even better about this spot because we do have the No Glory here. Ooh, okay. Xian Flurry could be good. Another Chimera could be good. I'm going to get rid of Jod here. And I think for this one, I'm just going to No Glory the Axe. And then we'll see what my opponent decides to do. I mean, they're playing the controlling game. Hit in for 6. Hit in for 2. We can flicker this Thrawn so that we can... Oh, interesting. They're going to heal up a little bit. Let's go ahead and hit this Lando. And then let's flicker the Pre-Vizsla, knocking this guy out. And then what do we want to do as a follow-up? Got the Vader. I do like that. So then we can go Xian Flurry for Vader. And then I feel like we're closing the jaws on this game. We got a couple Mandos down. We can go ahead and play Chimera and start healing up a bunch. We're about to get a, you know, multi-kill here with the Xian Flurry Vader. I'm liking our spot. Like I said, my opponent could do this whole I kill your unit, try to go value-oriented thing. I just don't feel like that's going to be the path to victory for them. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's just go ahead and hit into base. Why not? Don't really need to do anything. If they power up the axe, it's got a shield token. Vader can one-shot it. Okay, nice. Let's go ahead and hit this to get rid of the shield on Oppo and see what my opponent decides to do afterwards. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go Xian Flurry. We're going to go... trigger ambush, attack, defeat the axe. I'm just going to give shield token to Pre-Vizsla to prevent, since I'm going to be preventing 2 damage from the Darth Vader anyways. So my opponent plays another axe, which is kind of awkward, Darth Vader on the battlefield, huh? Oh, that's the play. I don't think that's the play, but you know what? My opponent went ahead and did it. Let's just go ahead and knock out both these units here. Seems good. Like I said, going late game against us seems like a bad idea. Seems like a bad idea. Thrawn, a little bit too much value to do that. And we haven't even played a legacy run yet. There has been 0 legacy runs played. We can defeat, pass. There's a Chimera. Don't even need a resource. I don't feel like we do. Let's just go ahead and attack into base. We get to kill Han Solo by accident. And I mean, yep. They can protect the pod. They are truly protecting the pod. And there you go. Very, very quick dispatch. Ooh, okay. We got ourselves a match against a good old viewer of the chat for quite some time. Oh my gosh, this is the worst hand I've ever seen. Okay, let's look at this one. Let's get this one out of here. Obviously, Director Krennic, Legacy Run. That's how we deal with Space Deck, so we're waiting for that one. Director Krennic into Legacy Run. Wow, okay. Really not great hands, to be honest. This is not what you want at all, but I suppose... sure. I mean, there's not much we can do, right? We had a terrible first hand and then a terrible second hand. Really not looking for this, but that's okay. Okay, Green Leader, Talzin's Assassin. I mean, that could do some things here. I don't mind Talzin's Assassin. It can, like I said, it can enable killing off this Green Leader potentially, but our Secretive Sage will die because of Green Leader's 2 damage to a unit. We'll see if they've got like a Chewbacca or something. I don't know. Not ideal, I will admit. Not ideal. This is not the hand you want. We're missing our Legacy runs. We're missing Beguile. That was probably the best play we could have asked for them. For them. I am very, very happy about that one. Awesome. So now we go kill your Green Leader. They can deal 2 damage to my unit, but we are preventing some damage, and we are going to stay alive for these no glories. We go no glory into no glory, which seems good. And then we'll have a unit on the board so we can just, sit. I have a bad hand too. They were listening. There's cheating. They're listening to the stream. How could they? Ironically, the stranger doesn't actually kill the Qui-Gon. That's a little unfortunate, huh? Previsla. Stranger seems bad. I'll just go no glory here. Just knock that unit out. Go ahead and hit in with the Talzin's Assassin. Let's claim. Oh my gosh, this is horrible for them. Oh my gosh, this is the... Oh my gosh, guys. The Legacy Run is here. Finally, it has arrived. Let's just draw. I mean, they could have Beguile, right? If they have Beguile, do I care about that? I don't think so. Well, I guess they can kill off. I can take the guaranteed of, no glorying the Yellow Aces Bomber. If they have another Beguile, then they bounce my Legacy Run, and we might be in the losing position. I can always defeat my own Thrawn. Yeah, you know what? We will gamble a little bit here. Beguile. Let's see if you've got it. If they don't have Beguile, then I feel like we are winning pretty hard here. So let's see what my opponent's going to do. They have Beguile, they just play it. So, okay, they're going to go ahead and deploy the Luke. They have Blade Wing. It's even worse. Sure, opponent's got the nuts. Let's see. They're going to hit in for quite a bit of damage here. Oh, wow, they're going to... Interesting. All right. I mean... I guess I'll go Chimera, defeat. It's going to heal us up a little bit, which I do like. And then we will have Osinta here, attack. Let's claim. All right, so we can, what can we do here? Oh, we can Morgan Elspeth into this, huh? Wow, tricky. So we can Morgan Elspeth into this, double trigger. And then hope. Oh, whoa, whoa, I almost just messed that up. All right, Morgan Elspeth, attack. Double trigger. That unit's down. Then Thrawn dies. Oh, interesting. That is kind of interesting. I will just hit the Qui-Gon here. Claim. Don't have another unit. Don't have another unit. Okay, well, that's not a unit that wins necessarily, right? It could win, but it's not necessarily a unit that immediately wins. So now we just go pre-Vizsla, right? Knock out these two. And then, I mean, we're still not in a great spot. All right, they got Han Solo. Sure. Good game. We had a pretty rough hand there. Pretty rough hand there. I think we were really close, but the no turn 2 play into basically nothing was pretty bad. Let's see. We got Darth Vader, Morgan Elspeth. I think I prefer Shin here. I think Thrawn will have one of the top spots. I actually do think this deck is very, very strong, so I would not be surprised. Okay, another Darth Vader. Again, where's my legacy run, guys? Where's my legacy run? That's all I want to see. All right, let's go ahead and double draw here. Oh, there's my legacy run. All right, ask and you shall receive. Huh? I'm doing this. I would not do this if I did not have a shielded unit to follow up with, because my opponent clearly is going to be ambushing, and that's fine. I mean, in this case, Shin also can't be ambushed because she's hidden, but even if it's not able to be ambushed, oh, wow. That is probably the best play they could have had, so I guess kudos to my opponents being able to remove my shield token without actually hitting, so sure, I guess. Xian Flurry. Okay, that is a game plan. That is a game plan. I do like that one. Thrawn is really, really strong. Don't get me wrong, guys. Thrawn is very, very strong. I don't see how this deck isn't going to be one of the better ones in the format. We'll see if my opponent decides to immediately attack so we don't generate the Force again. Not that we need the Force, right? Because we're just going to play the Stranger next turn. But, okay, they're going to ambush Talzin's Assassin? Sure. Let's just go ahead and hit Anakin's Pod Racer, I suppose. K2. Let's claim. I'm going to play Legacy Run because my opponent kind of has to deal with it. Oh, and we have Chimera to follow up with. And then if they do deal with it, that's okay because we have Xian Flurry Vader, which is kind of uninteractable. So we play Legacy Run here, and then that's 12 damage potentially to their base, right? Because we got Chimera, we just happen to draw it. So that's really, really strong. And we'll probably just end up doing that. K2SO will claim. They're keeping K2SO in hand, huh? They're really, really wanting to deploy this one. Jam Communications take Xian Flurry. Wow. Well, actually, they would have had the answer. They're playing main deck Xian. Okay, well, that also works. There's a lot of options here that we've got. We've got Chimera, though, and that's what we're going to be doing. We're just going to Chimera, wipe the board. Boom. 4, 2. We don't need to double trigger it, so we can preserve the double trigger should we need it. I don't think we will have an opportunity to utilize it, but we will keep it nonetheless. Then we're going to see what my opponent deploys. We have one must destroy to create, so we can just go ahead and knock out the rest of their board should they deploy a big one this turn. Wow, they're hitting Thrawn. I mean, you can, right? You're going to K2SO. Like, I mean, I guess K2SO is going to come in and kill Thrawn. But I just don't care. Like, I'm just going to win the game, you know? Like, I'm just going to claim here, knock out K2 and Grief with a Xian Darth, and then we have Must Destroy to create for Legacy Run. Yeah, this game is a wrap. Absolute wrap. Xian Darth, shield, trigger, attack. Boom, knock those two out. Very nice. Heroic Purgle. See, like, whatever you hit here, I mean, you kind of have to kill the Legacy Run. Yeah, Vizsla is a great card. Truly. Yeah, okay, they conceded. I was like, you're kind of doomed no matter what you do here as Grief Karga. Once you get to this stage of the game, you really got to put in some pressure early on. Thrawn is amazing, guys. Thrawn is amazing. Incredible card. Just an incredible card. All right. I mean, we've got Karis. Got Stranger, Legacy Run. We'll resource these two, and we'll see what we can do with this one. I like Karis on turn 1. Miggs Mayfeld, huh? Oh my gosh, I didn't want to draw double no glory. That's okay. Yeah, we'll hit base. If they want to kill my Karis, they can. Wow. Oh, interesting. I'm surprised they wanted to do that, huh? Very surprised. Oh, man. Come on. These draws have been so sad. You run Yellow Thrawn in that deck? Nope. Not worth it, in my opinion. You just have so many good late game plays like Chimera, other Chimera, Pre-Vizsla. You can do whatever you want, but I wouldn't recommend doing anything else. If they go into space, I mean, here's the thing. We did not have a good hand this game at all. And another one where we just had basically nothing. My opponent kind of has to deal with Legacy Run. Okay. Again, they have to deal with Legacy Run. They're not going to, but it's really tough for them if they don't. Right, because we go Chimera. We've got it every time. Every time we've got it. We'll go 5 and 1 here. And this way, we can actually kill off their space units as well with the Legacy Run. Actually trade and trigger it another time, which seems pretty good. Okay, let's deploy Thrawn. Remember, we can use the ability again because it is a new Thrawn. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. We just double up. We quadrupled up on Legacy Run in a single turn, by the way. That was a total of not just 12 damage, but 24 damage to units that turn because we went Legacy Run a Chimera, trigger Thrawn, into flip Thrawn, into trigger again. Wow. That was a nasty one. I'm not gonna lie. That was gross. That was pretty gross. This deck is really good, you know? I mean, it is really, really good. I've been very impressed. I'll keep this hand. It's a reasonable one. I think I will start with Karis, though. I don't know. Maybe I just go with Director Krennic. Nah, I'm gonna go with Karis. I think Karis just puts so much value on the board. Like the fact that I'm able to kind of curve out here and just kill another thing is so valuable. Let's go play Krennic first and see what my opponent decides to do here. All right, let's hit the base here. We'll pass. We've got Tyrannus. Ooh, good draw. Let's see what my opponent wants to do. Let's go with Tyrannus. I know they can go ahead and grab a spy token, but we can deal with the spy token as well, so I'm okay with that. Rebellious Hammerhead. Yep, you've got it. So now they can't get any value from red 5 necessarily. I mean, they can use the spy token to hit my Darth Tyrannus to try to knock it out with red 5, or even the Karis, for example, but where do you build decks for Karabas? Use the Star Wars Unlimited database, the same one that I always use. Always use the same one. I never use anything else, really. I'm going to draw a card, and then let's see what they pick up. Okay. I can just trade off here. I think I'll just shrink down the Leia, though. I feel like we have enough units on board that we can go for the higher value play of just playing Tal's Assassin immediately and try to preserve this Darth Tyrannus. Wow, well, that worked out poorly for us, huh? Zeb. Should have thought about Zeb, since this is perfectly 3 HP. All right, let's claim. Very much should have thought about what's his face? The Zeb. I don't think we have a chance in this game anymore. We keep missing turn 2. We keep missing turn 2. We also don't have a legacy run ever. They could probably go Rebellious Hammerhead on Tal's Assassin. I assume that's what they do. Oh, they're not. Wow, they hit Ray. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I mean, we don't have anything to trigger, right? We got no when defeateds. Yeah, sure. Good game. Show us your face. Thrawn Showcase. Yeah. Thrawn Showcase is absolutely sweet, by the way. Okay, what do we... Oh, this is not a good hand. We do not want our shielded units here. Oh my gosh. Someone stop me. Someone stop this. Oh, I don't want my shielded units on turn 1, guys. It's so bad. And if we do have a shielded unit, I just want it to be... They can use their action to kill Jod. It's fine. What do you think about playing at Galactic Championship? I'm not. You goose. You know that. Too difficult. I was actually trying to plan on getting there, but unfortunately could not. Oh. Don't need to trigger the when played here. Not going to do anything, so. I feel like one of these days we're going to get a legacy run in our opening hand. Let's call it war, sure. Cad Bane's so good. Cad Bane's so good. So good. I guess I'll just play Old Daka. Just a big unit, huh? Craving power? Sure. That's a good draw. I'll take it. Which lane are you most excited for in the new set? I mean, probably Cad Bane is probably the strongest. I don't know. I mean, maybe... Whoops. Wrong card to play. I meant to hit this one. Cad Bane might be the strongest. I really like Grief. I think Grief is the most fun. Wow, they've just had like the answer to every single one of these, huh? But that's what Cad Bane does. Let's see, got like Sun and Ferocity or something, sure. Sheehan Flurry, something like that would be excellent. One must destroy to create. It's not what I was looking for. I'm not sure what we can do at this point. I mean, I can defeat these two. I think I will, just to prevent some damage. Yeah. Played so much of CAD too. Oh, they have aggressive negotiations when they're claiming. It's not like we could have done anything about it. Yeah. Shielded units just really stink. I mean, there's so much Cad Bane. It's actually so... I'm over Cad Bane at this point, guys. I've played so much set 8 already. Cad Bane is everywhere, and every single deck is playing it. It is quite obnoxious at this point. And to be fair, our deck is really kind of matching up poorly against it. So it's unfortunate from that regard, or at least this one, right? We're going to have to figure out a way to defeat Cad or pull in a different deck here if we keep fighting Cads. I mean, we've literally fought 4 different Cad Banes. It's so nasty. Ban it. Yeah. No doubt. Might have to. Cool. I'm most excited for Cad Bane to play. I'm also least excited to see it, though. I'm both. Because my gosh, have I seen so much of it already. All right. I mean, this is fine. We have a decent start against this Cad deck. It's kind of where you want to be. Sure. We're just going to trade off here. Well, I suppose we don't have to. Let's try not to. The way this backfires is if they go like Imperial Armored Commando. I suppose. And they just block our path to kill the 000. Nice. I'll take that. Not bad. They did get in a good amount of damage, but no big deal. If we can have Lando being played in such a surge, I think Cad Bane deserves to do well. That's what you think. You filthy Cad Bane enjoyer. Legacy run seems good, but not in this matchup. My opponent doesn't really care about their units dying typically, so... Ooh, that's good. We'll play Legacy run. I mean, there's no reason not to. It's just going to trade, probably. I mean, they could no glory. That's the other thing with this, is like, this deck completely gets countered by us. If they have no glory, they can just no glory whatever they want. We'll see what unit they have or card they have that's Vigilance. Oh, speaking of no glory... Wow. Yep, sure. See, I feel like Big Chimera here is just going to do nothing. I mean, Small Chimera probably doesn't do anything either because you just no glory here. And then we no glory them back. Interesting gameplay, huh? We'll hit the Cad Bane, try to get some pressure down. One must destroy create could be interesting. I do like my hand though. And I do like to keep Night Sister Warrior. Let's just go ahead and hit in for 4. I'm kind of interested to see what my opponent's going to have. Punishing one. That's pretty good, huh? I'm going to go Stranger. And then I'm going to go Night Sister Warrior. This will set up a Chimera. I'm doing it this way because I do want to set up a Chimera if possible. Let's not get hasty, huh? He's my favorite character. The Cad Bane. I don't know if he's bannable worthy yet, but my goodness, the pinging is... Ooh, that is about as bad as it gets for us, to be honest. That is... Ooh, that's bad. Yeah. I think we've lost at this point. Chien Fleury, Morgan Elspeth. We could knock out a bunch of things. We can go Chien Fleury on Talzin. I mean, if we Chien Fleury, Morgan Elspeth, it doesn't kill anything. We can just play Morgan Elspeth. Play Tal's Assassin, kill a unit. I think we're kind of forced to. Previsla is really good in that spot. That was really the only card we had to fade. I mean, we had to fade a few cards, or honestly, any of them, and we were fine, but we did not. So, fair enough, I suppose. Another Chien Fleury. So now we can go Old Daka, Ambush, Flicker the Talzin's Assassin. I guess. So, Old Daka, we will ambush first, then defeat to replay to trigger. So that's not bad. My opponent could have another Previsla, though, and we just restart this process. We don't want that to happen. We don't want that. No more Previsla. I didn't Kira or a Sing player for a while, just like how I like playing, you know? That is fair. That is fair. We'll see what my opponent's going to have here. Obviously, punishing ones, you can just finish off the Old Daka. Hoping to like set up some sort of Chimera thing, but we just can't really get our feet underneath us right now. Death Trooper. I'm guessing they have probably another way to deal with the Talzin Assassin. This is the problem. We just can't get any unit down. So Chimera. Yeah. Cyborg Mech. Just too many strong plays. Darth Vader is good. Darth Vader is good. Go Darth Vader. Shield, trigger, attack, defeat. All right, do we live is the question. Do we live? When your best card gets no glory, it is sad. It is very sad. These Vigilance Villainy decks for Thrawn are probably the toughest matchup because of it. When you have all these really strong when defeated triggers that you're relying on, but your opponent can not only just kill your unit, but also take those, yeah, it makes it really tough. Okay, IG. Sure. Hana. So what, we have to defeat Vader? I guess... we attack and we're technically not dead. I gotta attack first, though. Otherwise, we're just gonna be way too far behind to do anything. Yep, Chimera, defeat. I mean, I guess we're sticking in there, but it doesn't feel like we are. If they have like a pre-Vizsla here, ooh, that's going to be a tough one. Chimera, defeat. Sure. And they have another unit to play. Ugh. Yep. Good game. Vigilance Villainy is tough for Thrawn, to be honest. Like I said, No Glory is tough. It's every other deck that I think Thrawn has a really good game against. But those Vigilance Villainy decks, especially Cad Bane, because we have so many shielded units that we're relying on, the game is very, very tough. Yeah, you know what? We'll resource these two. And we're going to go Krennic into Night Sister Warrior. Another Krennic. I'll get rid of Xian Flurry. I don't think that's going to be relevant this game. All right, let's get the 1 resource discount while we can. Night Sister Warrior Part 2. Hit in for 2. Pass. Okay, we do have the turn 3 Legacy run, which is what we want. That's the curve that we're looking for up against a all-space deck. Let's play Legacy run. And this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Boshek. I mean, if they decide to attack Legacy run, then I am okay. Ooh, 1 must just. Ooh. See, this is where the deck feels like it gets a little bit crazy. Yeah, that's a good turn. It's a pretty good turn. All right, let's claim. I mean, my opponent's got a Light Maker, sure, but we're going to be able to knock out the whole board again. Like, they deployed Thrawn. Yeah, sure. Do your thing, right? None of that really feels like it matters because we just go hit in for 3, 5, 1. And then, yeah. So Legacy Run's kind of like a I win the game button against these type of decks, and that's what it's strong about it. Cad Bane is everywhere. It is everywhere. We're going to swap to a deck here that's going to... Okay, we got a mulligan this one. It's going to destroy this deck. I mean, not always, but in a good amount of cases, it does. Oh... I don't want any of this. Let's just pass. Okay, Jod isn't bad. We'll rely on him, see what my opponent's got. I mean, it probably just trades with Cyril. Problem is if I play the Secretive Sage, right? Let's say I play Secretive Sage. Oh, yeah, Tie Dagger Vanguard. Yeah, that's a good one. I could have played Secretive Sage. I could have attacked. I could have generated the Force, right? Cool. I generate the Force. What do? I play Jod. Right? I probably would have played Jod first to try to protect Secretive Sage. They would have done the exact same play, right? I would have attacked with Secretive Sage. They would have killed the Secretive Sage with Cyril Karn. I probably would have just let it die. Therefore, I would be able to ambush the Cyril Karn with Dor Tyrannus. Does that allow me for a winning game? 9 times out of 10? No. It's just a bad matchup. Very, very bad. So, as such, let's swap it up, guys. I played a little bit of this one. I think the cards I'm not a huge fan of are... We didn't really get to see Follow Me. Reckless Sacrifice has been pretty bad. Commandeer has been great. I do want the 2 of those, and I do want another Sudden Ferocity. And then let's go ahead and play this one. You should have deck list? I can. Let me just go ahead and... So this is the one we were playing. All right, we got Mando. I'm curious about this one. You got a good hand. Oh, really good hand, actually. Oh, gross. This is kind of nasty. I'm not going to lie, guys. So we get to go turn 1. Black 1 into Chewbacca. All right. I mean, all things considered, that's a good follow-up for them. Oh, boy. My opponent could be playing an all-space deck. I'm going to go for it, though. It's a risky play. What is this? Support Overwhelm. Okay, cool. Okay, so we've got Yellow Aces Bomber, N1 Starfighter. I mean, here's the thing. A lot of our units died to this green leader, so we'll just play them out. And we're going to go with the Yellow Aces Bomber. Try to get a little bit of value from this. It does hit in for a whopping 8 damage here. So that's going to be pretty strong. Ezra's going to be able to give an advantage token to the Yellow Aces Bomber, which is then going to allow that to hit in for 5 next turn. That's assuming my opponent doesn't have an immediate answer to this black 1. I assume they meant it, yeah. Just a little misclick there. There we go. So we're going to go Yellow Aces Bomber. We're going to hit in 2 damage to a base, trigger, give an advantage token over to Yellow Aces Bomber, which is a fantastic turn, by the way. Like, absolutely incredible. It's a ton of damage. My opponent has no Mandalorians on the battlefield, like absolutely 0. So I don't know what they're doing over there, but they need to stop it. Another Chewy. We can go ahead and resource that. I could have played a 1-drop here. I guess I should have, but my opponent's got no Mandos. How are you going to play Bo-Katan without any Mandalorians? What's going on? This is a blurg. And here I thought we were doing something cool. Oh, whoops. I shouldn't have exhausted Ezra. Obviously, I did no damage to the base, so I didn't get an advantage token, of course. Han Solo comes down. So I'm okay with that. That doesn't matter at all. So I'm kind of just offering the trade here because I don't really care about Ezra. Oh, they're racing me. Sure. So I suppose that we're going to do it. Yellow Aces Bomber attacking with Ezra, 2 damage to a base. I mean, we have the infinite Yellow Aces Bomber curve, which is just winning the game curve. Yeah, we are just destroying them. I mean, look how much damage we're able to pump out. Yellow Aces Bomber allowing you to cheat on actions and giving you +2 damage to a base is just ridiculous. It's such a strong card. It truly is one of the most powerful cards in the format, I think. It is really broken. In my opinion. In my opinion. I don't know if anyone else played with Yellow Aces Bomber, but okay. Here's another. By the way, this is another Cad Bane. I mean, there's a million Cad Banes running around. Like, so many Cad Banes. It is so obnoxious. That said, we got a really solid hand from this. I like R2. I'm not a huge fan of Follow Me, but I do like this curve out. So we're going to be able to go Flare Star Attack Shuttle, turn 1, which is going to set up for a Yellow Aces Bomber. So Flare Star Attack Shuttle, awesome. And then we'll see what my opponent decides to do. They can't ping the Attack Shuttle, of course, because it's got 1 toughness. We could put R2 on it. I don't need to. Han Solo's a great draw, actually. I quite like that one. So the idea here is we play against Cad Bane, we just rush them down. Usually on 3 resources, they're not going to have too many things that's going to be able to deal with this Flare Star Attack Shuttle. Sometimes they play like Let's Call It War, or like, you know, whatever other options that they're going to be looking for that deal immediate damage. Black 1 and 1 Starfighter. I do like double spelling this turn. So let's go Yellow Aces Bomber. That's 5 damage. We're going to get another advantage over the Flare Star Attack Shuttle. So again, very excellent kind of curve out here from Ezra. And then we can just attack in for 3. So another really, really excellent. Just, we've dealt 13 damage to them and it's turn 3. So now we can just go out and play out some units, right? So Black 1 comes down, and then we can play out N1 Starfighter, and then they play 000. That's fine. We'll put R2 on Yellow Aces Bomber. It's the strongest one to put a unit on. Blue Leader can be relevant, but not in this game. We're just going to go ahead and go for the stay on target. Huge migraine. I hope the stream goes well. I'll watch it back later. Yes, please get some rest. Hopefully you feel better. See you later, Jeff. 3 damage at a base with an Aeon Starfighter. Fantastic, right? Now we can go Ezra. Cool. They can deal 1, try to set up an Ezra attack, but it doesn't matter because we win, right? So we go stay on target, in with black 1. Give an advantage token over here. Draw a card. Chewbacca is going to make this even better, right? We have Han Solo to attack in for 5. Give it an advantage token. Ezra attacks him for 4. And we win. Take that, Cad Bane. Like I said, this is a really, really solid deck against Cad Bane. I played a lot against Cad Bane. I promise you guys. It is the difference, right? I'm like playing Thrawn. I'm like trying to grind out. We're playing like the same deck, but he does it better. And then, you know, you swap over to Ezra or like this aggressive deck, and, you know, this deck kind of falls apart a little bit because you are playing a decent amount of things that don't interact with this. And it is a little bit wild to get on the board. You know, people stop playing Tree Remembers. And I think you really should be playing Tree Remembers in like all your decks. Honestly, I think Tree Remembers is still so important. Oh, whoops, I forgot to swap my list. Okay, that's fine. We're playing Thrawn again. I thought I was going to be playing Ezra again, but that's fine. I like this hand, though. I really do like this hand against... well, it's okay. It's not like an amazing one because we don't have a Force Generator for these Darth Tyrannuses, and that means that these could get stranded in hand and do nothing. I mean, just play like a 4-resource, 4/3 shield. It isn't the worst, but yeah, not an amazing hand. The only thing that's amazing about it is Legacy Run, right? So that is worth keeping, though. That is worth keeping. Legacy Run is just worth keeping. Especially in like this mid-range style matchup. Yeah, at all. All right. Another Krennic. I don't see my opponent being able to kill this Krennic, to be honest. I have no idea how they could kill Krennic in their Luke deck. So we're just going to go ahead and kind of ignore them. And we're going to claim because we got nothing else to do. And we're going to rely on this Legacy Run. Blue Leader. Sure. So we can Legacy Run here. I don't feel like it's like particularly great. A lot of Darth Tyrannuses, huh? I will play Darth Tyrannus instead. My opponent sometimes play like Tree Remembers in their Luke decks. If they are, then they may have an out to this, but I'd rather actually get the more value from Legacy Run. This matchup is not necessarily about the amount of oh, okay, Mandalorian. Now that is interesting. That will be interesting. Let's go ahead and hit into Yaddle. We'll see if my opponent sacrifices the Mando shield. I assume they will. Yeah, they will. Okay, cool. So now what we do is we just play Legacy Run and we can wipe their board. Cool, right? That's the idea behind Legacy Run. Is we could have played it last turn, but then we missed out on Mandalorian because they just trade with Blue Leader. We play it this turn, we can wipe their board. They can... Oh, I thought they were going to attack into Tyrannus and then do the thing, but maybe they have an answer. Maybe they have bounce effect. Maybe they have a Tree Remembers. Like I said, I'm surprised, right? Yeah, I mean, that's like a really good turn for us. I'm happy with that. Bo-Katan's Gauntlet, huh? That's a lot of Legacy Runs. All right, let's just go ahead and resource. I guess I could have kept the Secretive Sage, but I'm just going to resource this here. And then we're just going to go No Glory on Bo-Katan's Gauntlet. And then we got Chimera to show up next turn. I do like that. Let's go ahead and deploy Thrawn. I'll just knock out Bodhi. There is a 1 must destroy to create. Okay, that is strong. So we have Chimera. We could defeat our Tyrannus here, which I think I might do. Oh, interesting. We'll pass. We'll just see what they do. I'm interested to see what play they're going to make. If they just claim, we have the Legacy Run plus 1 must destroy to create here in a single action, which is going to be really nice. Great. Like I said, we have the combination, right? That is what we're looking for. Yeah, this is going to be good. So now we can go Legacy Run. Now we can go 1 must destroy to create. And then we can just kind of wipe the board and keep Legacy Run on the board afterwards to set up for like a Chimera Legacy run. So this is, like I said, a more mid-rangey, stalls out type of game, value engine, but we're not playing the exact same cards. So it's really, really good for us. Whereas Cad Bane is like playing the same deck as us without Legacy Run, but they have no glory, which means they can take advantage of Legacy Run. And we can't, right? That is the tough part about that matchup. Trying to get into playing Star Wars Limited. Do you have any tips? I feel like I build a good board and then it just gets wiped every time, like a single reactor ignition or something. Or, for example, a Legacy Run like we have on the board right now, Niali. You know, it's a great question. I find myself, there's a balance, because I find myself on the opposite end where I tend to build a good board, but you know, we play around too many things. So you really have to find a balance. You can't just sit back and never ever build a huge board, but you need to find a point in which you just won't win. So, for example, if you're so far ahead on board that the only way they win is if they have single reactor ignition, then you don't need to put more things on the board. The opposite's also true. If you cannot win without putting stuff on the board, like if they put up an Imperial Armored Commando and you're like, oh, it's a Sentinel now, I can't win, then you need to deploy more to the board. And realistically, if you get to that stage, it is what it is. You know, those decks just kind of have that component to it that you just have to consider. So it's really about figuring out what matchup you're in, kind of what people are playing, and kind of playing around that. So we will go ahead and knock out the Walker here. Another one. Wow. All right, this hand is a little absurd. I'm not going to lie, guys. It is a little absurd. Let's get in for 4. So now we can go Chimera Legacy Run, which seems very good. In some cases, you kind of have to just understand that, you know, that's how those decks play out. So the winning port isn't necessarily single reactor ignition. Interesting. That's one way to play it. Let's just go ahead and hit the T6 shuttle. Just to stall an action, really. I'm just kind of interested in waiting here. I can go 1 must destroy to create again. I can also just defeat. I kind of want to heal a little bit. So now we get to heal a bunch and play Night Sister Warrior. Typically, the single reactor ignition is like, okay, if I get to this point, I'm probably going to win. And then sometimes it's like, this is the card that I need to win. You really have to figure out what stage of the game you're in based on, of course, your deck and your opponents. And it gets very, very tricky for sure. Let's just go ahead and double trigger the Night Sister Warrior. I'm just wanting to draw 2 cards here. I could have gone Morgan Elspeth, but I don't think that's necessary because, you know what? We have a Legacy Run here, and we will 1 must destroy to create this. And we're going to go 3/3. I know I'm not going to be able to, like, kill off the whole board, but I'd rather draw 2 cards here. I'd rather draw 2 cards than, you know, try to do whatever. Yeah, they can hit him for 7, but I mean, Chimera has healed us so much that I do not care about stalling out some actions and letting them hit me. This also plays around them having another Kelleran back, which could be a little bit scarier. So people are playing this Trask Walker, which is kind of like Reinforcement Walker, except you need to have like units in your discard pile, which I'm not a huge fan of. Okay, I mean, we can just Chimera them, right? I can pre-Vizsla. What do I want to do? I think I just want a Chimera. What's the largest value turn 2? When you say that, what do you mean? Like you feeling like you're pulling so far ahead? or like I've created such a big unit, I don't know how we can lose type of deal. Look at this. Is there a competitive mode on Carabast? There is not. And to be honest, Carabast is not super competitive. Wow, they have a Bo-Katan. That was cool. That's cool. Hyperspace Disaster in their deck, main deck, and Bo-Katan. Yeah, I mean, they're doing some work here. They're definitely doing some work. I can go attack in with Morgan Elspeth. I don't have Xian Flurry. I haven't drawn one yet. This is brutal. What do I want to do? I can go, like I said, Morgan Elspeth, attack in. Yeah, that just wins the game, right? So we go Morgan Elspeth, attack in. Now we have two bodies on the board where if they kill this, they have to kill both. And then we can deploy Chimera and then double trigger something. And then we have multiple units on board that can just win the game. So I think that's the play. Support coming in handy here. Yeah, they can kill one, but unless they have an answer here. Okay, I'll let them undo their action. That's fine. Yeah, they have to claim. Yep. So we can go Vader. And then, oh, now we draw the Xian Flurry, huh? I mean, the biggest value, it's got to be like it's got to be a Lando something, huh? It's got to be a Lando something. So I can Chimera them. So we hit in for 6. They have to hit the Morgan Elspeth, right? Unless they have a removal for it, in which case that would kind of stink. Yep. And then we can go -2, -2. We can go Chimera here, defeat. And then my opponent's going to have something. They're claiming initiative. All right, let's just go no glory here and wipe the board. And then we'll start from a baseline, right? Where my opponent's 1 point of damage away from dying. Bo-Katan wiping the Pre-Vizsla plus all the TIE Fighter tokens is pretty sweet. So the biggest value play, I mean, I think it has to come down to some sort of Lama Su or Lando, like, unfortunately, right? Unless you're... Yeah, I mean, it's like Lama Su or Lando, right? Where you're going like, faith in your friends. I mean, the highest value comes down like maybe ambushing, where you can go like Anakin's pod race here, kill a unit, keep your unit alive, etc. Lama Su, just putting a bunch of upgrades on something and just kind of winning the game, just like on turn 2. That has also happened. Starting getting into Star Wars Unlimited, struggling with figuring out how and what to build. Everything I build is just very basic. Kanan blue yellow creatures, Hera Spectre experience. Not sure how to figure it out. You know, I think one of the things to help deck building really comes down to playing more games. When you play more games, you just end up seeing more cards and you kind of get ideas. And I think that's a really, really key. Like, you'll see a lot of my decks where we'll play something and then I'm like, dang, that looks sweet. This is a great idea. And then I'll just use it. Or like some form of that idea and use it. And that's kind of the big kicker, is you just play more, and as you play more, you get used to more cards, you get to see what you like and what you don't like. Because at the end of the day, like, we can talk infinitely about what we think cards will play like, but until you actually play the game, like, for example, a great example of this for this set specifically is Imperial Armored Commando. When I looked at the card, I was like, yeah, this is just going to be a good 4-cost 4/3 Sentinel Shielded. Turns out it's like one of the best cards that people are playing across like every one of their decks, because it is so game impacting. It just completely stunts any ground offensive. And I'm like, okay, well, now I just got to play it, right? And same thing like Luke. Are we going to be able to enable 4 units at the same time? Yes. Turns out that it's very common. And then the 3 damage trigger is actually really, really good. So it's really hard to evaluate cards and like look at something without actually playing the game. So at the end of the day, really it comes down to practice more, play more, see what you like, see what you don't like. Just play the games. And the best times I've figured out how to evaluate card is how it makes me feel rather than when I'm against it rather than playing it. When I'm playing it, I'm like, oh, yeah, seems good. But when I'm against it, I'm like, wow, I have no answer to that. And I cannot play the game afterwards, right? That's the key. That's the key. When I have no answer to a card, when I feel like I can't beat it, where it's like, wow, my deck just stops functioning. That is how I truly, when I see a card like that, I'm like, yeah, I got to put that in my deck. I got to do that. So, yeah, I think that's the key. It's just playing more. Ooh, we got to build ourselves an Ahsoka red deck. I actually really want to play Ahsoka red. I think that deck is super fun. I've been playing it a little bit, but I haven't built my own. This hand's pretty weak. We got blue leader, I guess, but I'm gonna mulligan this one. I don't feel like it's particularly good. Okay, now this one has no turn 1 play, so I'm not a huge fan of that either. But I suppose we will go for it. Unsanctioned patrol. R2? Ooh, okay. Not great. Not a great start. Trying Luke yellow. Do you think there's anything to that? Yeah, I think there's definitely something to Luke yellow. Okay, Jedi lightsaber or constructor lightsaber on Jedi Consular on turn 2 is very, very aggressive, but also going to work very, very well for them in this game, I will admit. Let's just go Yellow Aces Bomber, hit in for 4, get ourselves an advantage token over here. We need to be able to win the game very quickly here. This thing has Restore 2. Very, very, very scary. Love playing Qui-Gon Bounce. Yeah, Qui-Gon Bounce is one of my favorite decks as well. I don't have a local shop really that enables me to play, unfortunately. Okay, Obi-Wan, not scary at all. So we can follow me. I can go Yellow Aces Bomber. Let's go Yellow Aces Bomber. 2 damage to a base. Trigger. That was sick, by the way. You get double trigger from that because both of the Yellow Aces Bomber give the ability to this one. So now it's 2 damage to base times 2, which is pretty incredible. Not gonna lie. I think Luke Yellow does have some options, but... Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, it's... Oh, and they hit the blue leader? Oh, wow. Well, it's a good card. Okay. I didn't expect them to do that, but I'm okay with it, actually. I'm fine with them hitting it. We need to get in as much damage as we possibly can here. That's what we need to do. So we go, follow me, attack you with Stolen AT Holler, give 3 advantage tokens here, hit in for 7, give an advantage token here, and then we pass, and we've got, oh, Mando Starfighter. So we can exhaust Ezra to try to get in extra damage here. I mean, it's not bad. It can accelerate our turn here. This is an incredible game from us. We probably should have stacked all the advantage onto the either one of the Yellow Aces Bomber or the Stolen AT Holler. I shouldn't have spread it around like this. We're not going to get enough actions, I think, to take all of our actions. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Oh, we might. Oh, well, now we just kind of win, huh? So we attack in for 3. We can give an advantage to Ezra, I suppose, just to make it think that we're spreading around the damage. Now we have 3 lethal threats. But I think we just lose with the Ahsoka attacks, right? Especially if they have Cinta. Don't have Cinta. That would be unfortunate. Okay, no Cinta means we win. Yeah, because Mando Starfighter can attack here. We can exhaust this and deal. Yeah, look at that. That was a lot of damage into base. We just destroyed them with a constructed lightsaber on Jedi Concert turn 2, too. That was awesome. Yeah, Arodir, it's really about playing more. I will also say there's no shame, and I think I really dislike when people do this. And that is, no one's like come up with the idea in a lot of cases. You know what I mean? Like, there are so many people out there. You could say, oh, these people were credited for making this deck, right? And to be fair, a lot of the content creators, including myself, if I make a deck, there's going to be a lot of people that play it, right? But to be honest, I'm not the one creating it. Like, yeah, that's my spin on it, but there's so many different variations. And when you see the leaders that are showing up in the spoiler season, people are like, oh yeah, that deck's going to work with this, and this is what I want to play with it. This seems really good with it. So even though I'm making the list and people are playing it, it doesn't matter if you bring it and you're like, well, I wanted to play the list too. I had the same ideas and I just wanted to go ahead and do this idea with it. So you don't need to feel ashamed of playing someone else's deck. At the same token, right? That's a great idea, a way to build a lot more ideas where you start off with someone else's and then just make your own modifications that you find good. That is totally a reasonable thing to do. And that's basically what all of my decks are. You know, everyone has very similar ideas when these sets come out. So I, amongst many, are coming up with ideas. And yeah, they are going to be very similar because there's only so many cards and so many leaders in a set, right? It's not like Magic where the pools are so big that there's so many different combinations. To be honest, the pools are quite small in Star Wars Unlimited, so there's only so many ideas to go around. And eventually, well, you know, maybe I come up with an idea that's pretty close, or maybe it's the same aspect combinations, but the numbers are tweaked or the cards in there are tweaked. You know, it should be just like everyone's kind of sharing ideas. That's like what this game is about, to be honest. Unless you're like super competitive and you're trying to do testing team, like who cares? Like if you're going to use someone's deck list as a baseline to expand upon it and make your own twist on it, just do whatever you want. That's a great way to develop some experience and to really get some ideas flowing with your own deck building. And I'll say, hey, again, I will play on Carabas. Literally in my videos, I will be like, oh, wow, that deck looks sweet. We got to play that. And then I'll literally go create a list and then remember kind of what cards I saw on the list and then make my own deck version of it and then make a video on it. Perfect example of this is like Endless Legions Tobias. I've been playing a lot of Eternal and I did not have Tobias on my list. I had Endless Legion on my list to make a video about. And then I was like, Tobias makes so much sense with Endless Legions. Why didn't I think about that? Let's run a video on it. And that's exactly what I did. So, you know, sometimes you don't even think about an idea, but someone else has. And that's a great way to get some more experience in it. First pack you ever bought, I pulled a Jin's Showcase in Lawless and had no idea it was worth anything for a week. You know, I am notoriously bad about evaluating card expense, which is when I was at the Galactic Championships last year, I had played in the Galactic Championship and I had gotten pretty far. I almost made it to the top 64. And because of that, I had a bunch of these promo packs, the silver and black ones. And apparently these silver ones were worth like $50 to $100. And the black ones were worth like $250. Like it was crazy. And I was just opening them and then handing them out to people who said they watched the channel. I didn't even know. Because I was just, you know, people didn't have cards for me to sign, or it was like a young kid and they were watching the channel. And I was like, no way, that was worth like $80. That's so cool. But, you know, I never keep track of value of cards. I thought about, okay, little idea here, guys. I've been working on some shorts alongside a bunch of improvements to the channel. Shorts have been something that I've really wanted to expand upon. And I was thinking about doing like a weekly Star Wars Unlimited finance, like just like big changes in the set, things that are following, things that are going up because of the metas and such. Just like again, like a minute short. I don't know if anyone thinks that's a fun idea or if anyone is interested in that, but let me know. I'm curious. I'm very curious. Okay, let's go ahead and play some Ahsoka here. I think we got to try a couple of Darksabers here. Grief Red with a mix of Saboteur and Ambush has been so fun. Oh my gosh, Grief Red has been gross. It's been such a good deck. Single-handedly got me to Star Wars Unlimited. Thank you. I'm enjoying it a lot. Color Yellow. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. It is a very fun game. I quite enjoy it. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so to be honest, I love card games. I always have, but I've loved Star Wars for a lot longer, and so the combination of the two is really cool. Looks like a Victoria's Secret minimalist logo. I since then, Paladin, I have changed my signature. So you're running a bootlegged Veiled Shot signature, Matt. So you'll have to get my new one when I start signing things. I didn't come up with a signature. I didn't practice it at home. I didn't realize how many people. I don't know. I was naive, I guess. I didn't realize how many people were wanting my signature. It was just weird for me. I don't really attend a lot of in-person events. Even when I would do YouTube in the past, like I had gone to TwitchCon and I met people there, but I just didn't go to a lot of in-person events, and there was a lot of people, and I was like, oh man, I should have practiced, because I don't feel like my signature was very, very good, very exciting. But yes, VS Veil Shot also now looks like Victoria's Secret, and I was like, I gotta add the rest of Shot in there, otherwise it just looks like Victoria's Secret. I had someone else say that, and it's totally true. And you are now running a bootlegged Veiled Shot played Matt. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. You guys like that idea? I will. I've been working on it, so let's. I'll see what I can do about that. All right, let's see what cards we gotta play T6 Shuttle, of course. Green Leader seems decent. I'll probably include that. Bo-Katan. I'm not playing any Mandos, really. I do like Crix. I think Crix is actually just a pretty good card. I don't know. Maybe I'm like too high on this card, but I think I've been very impressed with Crix in every single one of my decks. They just came out with a booster box. That is one of the better gifts I have heard today, my friend. You are a fortunate one. Hope you open up all of the ones that you want. That's gonna be awesome. Let's play some Luke's. I think Luke is good. And I'll play one copy of Zeb. I've been actually reasonably impressed with Zeb. Do I want any events from Ashes of the Empire? I even feel like these events are really quite strong. I mean, I can go like follow me, I guess. Good luck with the games. Yes. Thank you. I hope we win all of them. Okay, so we gotta put Sudden Ferocity in here. That's like a full 3 of for sure. Sudden Ferocity is so important. Events. I kind of like Aggressive Negotiations just to like sneak in some wins here. I think that's not a bad one. I think you can also do Haymaker. And then after that, it's just like a bunch of really good units, right? So we've got Green Leader on turn 1. I'll play Red 5 and Blue Leader as space units. Do I want anything else in the deck? Naboo Royal Starship can be good because it will let me potentially, well, I can play Naboo Royal Starship because I'm playing Darksaber in the deck. So I think I will play this. I don't mind that. And then we've got to play Cinta. Cinta's just amazing in this list. Whoops. Cinta, full 3 of. And then we've got to play Amidala. So I'll play the full 3 of here. And then the rest of it's just going to be... rest of it's good. Oh, Anakin's really good. Actually, you know what? Maybe we go 1 Naboo Royal Starship. We go 2 Aggressive Negotiations and 2 Cintas. I think that's what we do. I agree with you. The new Anakin Skywalker has been incredible in this list, but we gotta fill out our curve here first. So I gotta see how many units we've got. So Chopper, don't really care about that. Yes. We can go Gunji. Do I want... I could play like a Force version, like play Kiadi. What's up, Dipstick? How are we doing? We could go with Force version. I don't like it all that much because you do have to get to 6 resources. We go Gunji. Adi Galea, I suppose. Where's Mina? There's Mina. We gotta play Mina. Let's go Adi Galea. Yeah, I just insult them. First time here, boom. Hit him with that insult. No one's safe. Oh, Karis, of course. I was like, whoa, what are we missing here? Karis. Of course we're missing Karis. So I like Anakin, but we do need to fill out our curve. I can go through 3 drops. Gotta play Obi-Wan, right? Obi-Wan Kenobi. Captain Typhus gotta be included. We're already running into slots here. Yes, Karis. Yes, Galactic, I'm with you. I can't believe I almost forgot Karis. It's like that time I forgot Overwhelming Barrage. Oh. All right. Maybe 2 of Queen Amidala. Maybe we don't even need Luke. Maybe Luke's just unnecessary. We're not really trying to go for value. Let's try this. Let's just go with this here. Let's not think about this too hard because we are just going to play games and then we're going to figure out what cards are bad and then obviously make changes. Caloran, I feel like this deck is not about like playing big units later on. I feel like it's about winning on the Ahsoka flip turn. That's what I feel. And I feel like if you optimize for that, then you're going to be doing well for yourself. However, we could find that Caloran back is kind of a necessity, and then we make some changes. I would not be surprised if that is also the case. Yeah, I mean, this is not the worst hand, right? Not like super. Oh, wow. Actually, Desperate Commando does not line up well against Gunji, so I'll take that. Red 5 is a great draw. Red 5. Let's go ahead and power up this Gunji. Hit in for 4. Pass. Karis, Queen Amidala. We can Darksaber up the Gunji if we want. I like Queen Amidala. We'll take 3 damage into base here. Let's just go Captain Typho. I think that's the safer play here. All right. I mean, this will work out. They're going to claim initiative. Sure. We got Zeb coming in. They can kill. We can reveal Amidala here. And then we're just going to play out our unit here. My opponent could potentially... Ooh. Chimera does mess this up for us, huh? Not a huge fan of Chimera. We have Sento. We can attack him with a couple of units. We can power up Queen Amidala. Maybe I just attack and then see what my opponent does. I think that's probably going to be the best play. I think they have Chimera. They can double trigger and kill off all my units. 2 damage to spy, 2 damage. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and do this. But, I mean, they can kill off all my units. Yep, sure. It is expected. This is the problem with this deck, huh? It's such a problem. They have another one? Jeez. The way they claimed initiative, they probably have Chimera to follow up with. Oh. That's not as bad for us. Oh, they defeated Legacy Run. Yeah, of course. Duh. Good game. Legacy Run, Legacy Run, Legacy Run, guys. Legacy Run. We needed a little bit of a faster curve. Imperial Armor Commando was really excellent there. Don't think any of the changes that we could have made. Karis, something like Karis is really necessary. Okay, Ezra yellow. I'm liking it. I actually think they're gonna go more space focused. I think Anakin's a little bit weak here. It's a nice curve out, but we're going to be under a lot of pressure. I like Mina turn 1, and I want to have options for space interaction and ground interaction in the form of Obi-Wan and Blue Leader. So we're going to go ahead and go with that. Okay. Do I want to race them? Cricks can be very good. I think I do want to race them. Remember, Sentinels do not do too much against Ezra specifically because Ezra has Saboteur. So let's go with Obi-Wan. Let's put up a Sentinel here. Let's go ahead and give Mina some power. This is going to allow us to restore, which is nice. So we are going to get one of those HPs back. And then we have Darksaber. So we can Darksaber up Mina and then pass that along to... Yeah, I mean, this is a lot of damage. Don't get me wrong. This is a lot of damage. Right? So we're going to go with Darksaber on Mina. And we are going to power up the Obi-Wan. And I mean, we're going to hit for more than they hit us. Oh, Aggressive Negotiations is a good draw. Wow. Oh, man, they've got Sabine? Yeah, we can't do anything against this, huh? Let's see. They're going to pass around some damage here. I mean, I think we just claim. They don't quite have lethal here. The Sabine is really good. I think we win, though. Right? Because we go attack, attack. I think we win. Oh, sudden ferocity. Okay, let's think about this. So I deploy Ahsoka. I get to attack it with Mina, giving Ahsoka, so that's 6. It's not quite lethal, but it does get me out of range. It does put up a Sentinel. All right, I mean, we're going to deploy Ahsoka. I know it doesn't give me a Sentinel, of course. So we attack in, support. Oh, wait, what? I must have missequenced that. Whoops. I meant to support first. There we go. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Right? No, that is the right one to go for. Jar Jar is an interesting one. So you could there's so many plot cards you could play with Ahsoka. You can go Jar Jar plus Naboo's Royal Starfighter. You can go what's it called? Jar Jar, Naboo Royal Starfighter. Oh wow, they have nothing. Wow, we won. Oh my gosh, even with the Sabine, which was a crazy play. What was I gonna say? So Naboo Royal Starfighter plus Jar Jar is amazing, right? That is fantastic. Don't get me wrong. But then also Cinta's great. Sudden Ferocity is great. So I think there's so many different combinations you can go with Ahsoka Red. But I do like the idea because you get to copy all of those buffs over, as you said. We probably should just go ahead and give it a try. I would love to give it a try. Just got 23 advantage tokens on a spy with a new palp, and you still lost. Well, if that leader wasn't bad, I guess you are proving it correct yet again. Okay. Green leader's bad, and we've got a lot of them. But I like Adi Galea and I like Mina. I think I'll start with Adi, since they are more likely to have more events to play. Red 5's not bad. I'm going to go for the... I'm going to try to get as much damage as possible. All right. Don't mind this. I mean, they just attack. Marok has been excellent, by the way. Love that card. Interesting way to play that. I figured they would just hit in with the unit. Okay. So we can go Crix plus Gunji. Deploy 2 units. I can also just go Gunji plus Mina. Let's just do this. Typho, Naboo Royal Starship. Naboo Royal Starship could be good here. What do they have? Darth Tyrannus or something? All right. So we can reveal these two. Which is funny because I think we just attack here and kill off the Grand Inquisitor. And then we just go Crix Typho. I mean, I love Crix. This is exactly the reason why I think she's so good. No glory. We can play Gunji afterwards? How many resources do we have? Holy moly. We just claim here. Anakin Haymaker. I like Anakin. I think here I'm just going to attack and play a little bit of a longer game. I don't feel like we need to go for like the immediate one shot with Ahsoka. We may not even deploy her this turn. I don't think that's necessarily what I want to do, but we will power up Gunji here and we'll see what they've got. I'm tempted to play Anakin though, and then okay, Tree Remembers is fine. Now we can go Anakin on Gunji. And you know what? I can just deploy Ahsoka and go in for some damage. It's 5 damage, but I miss out on the support trigger. There's no real reason to go for it. All right, cool. We Adi Galea them. So we'll see what they decide to do here. So they have the Force. Okay, so they're going to just do that. So I think what we do here is we just deploy Ahsoka. We go Sudden Ferocity on Ahsoka. We go Naboo Royal Starship. We support Anakin. And then we win, right? Seems good. Wow. Look at how much damage we just did. Holy moly, this is insane. I love Ahsoka. It's so fun. Yeah. Guys, that seems pretty good. Jeez, that's insane. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right. Let's see what we've got here. Keep this hand, seems reasonable. I like Green Leader normally, but actually I'm just going to resource it because we got a mono command hand and we are going to be playing Blue Leaders and Obi-Wans here. So I can go Blue Leader or Obi-Wan. I think I just go Blue Obi-Wan here because they're going to attack anyways. Do I just claim here? That feels kind of weak. Yeah, I mean, Obi-Wan's good. Okay. So I go Haymaker, kill a unit, put this up. I can just go Captain Typho. I think I'll just start by killing off the Bodhi. There's so many Sentinels on the board. I do got to get rid of a few of these here. Captain Typho, huh? So let's go ahead and power up the Mina, and then we can go Haymaker, and then we can knock out both units. Seems good. I hope that they decide to actually kill Obi-Wan, because if they didn't, the game is probably over for them. So now we go Haymaker, kill Typho, and then we can go kill off your Obi-Wan, and then seems like a good spot to be in. Then we got Anakin into whatever else we want to do. I mean, here's the thing. We have 0 damage on base, so they are doing very well for themselves. That's really all you need to do as Luke is just survive. So we'll see what they've got to follow up this. Blue leader. Yeah, it's going to be good. Yeah, that's a good one. We will go ahead and drop that in. We got another shuttle. Not exactly ideal. Queen Amidala. Okay, Queen Amidala could do some work here. Let's see what my opponent decides to do. Really nice high value Sentinel curve. If we had all space units, this game would have been over. All right, they have Luke, is what I'm guessing is what they're preparing for. I can play my own Queen Amidala. I think I just play blue leader here. And then they can do whatever they want, I suppose. I'm a little bit worried about Luke is why I'm playing it like this. I'm not like super confident that we can grind out this game with the style of deck that we've got, but I don't think we can go in for the one-shot kill, essentially. So here's what I'm thinking. They happen to have the Luke, right? So I can actually kill their Luke with my Ahsoka. I can actually kill it with blue leader. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we can play Darksaber on something. We can go Queen Amidala. Yeah, seems reasonable. So now we go Captain Typho plus Obi-Wan. Or we can just play Queen Amidala of our own volition. Anakin. Let's look Queen Amidala. Let's just put a bunch of units on play on the board. I like this play. Yep. They hit a unit. They have a shuttle. I don't mind dealing with a shuttle. So now we can go kill their blue leader with our spy token. And then we can put Darksaber on Amidala. Or just potentially Ahsoka herself. Lost and Forgotten, sure. I think we will go Darksaber here on Ahsoka. They can start healing up this unit. That's fine. Let's go and go Captain Typho here. Deploy another unit. We hit in for 9. Pass it around to this. Sacrifice their Queen Amidala for no reason. What did they lose? Did I lose? What What did they attack in with? I wasn't even paying attention necessarily close enough. Once again, we can just power up the Typho to kill their Typho. Yep, there's the Luke. We knew they had Luke. Mando. Mando can be decent. So I think we go Anakin, put a shield on the T6. Oh, that's right. That's what they did. I was like, I don't even remember that point of the game. Yes, that was silly. I don't know why they did that. Yeah, we just hit in for 9 here. I can power up the Typho, I suppose. And then I guess we just play Karis. I'd rather have Karis down. Well, of course I draw. No aggression heroism, but I have aggressive negotiations, which I can use to reveal. I feel like we can't lose. I knew they had Luke. I mean, the way they were playing, obviously, it was intended to deploy a Luke. Lost and Forgotten Part 1,000,000. So I think what we do here is just attack in with Typho, right? For +2/+2. This will force them to attack here. And this just powers up and gets a little bit of extra damage in for our... yeah, we could heal 1 here. And then we have aggressive negotiations, which just kills them, actually. Boom. Good game. All right. Yeah, I felt like I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to win that late game battle, but they left our T6 shuttle alive, and that thing just dominated the game. I mean, that thing uptraded so many times. That was insane. Jeez. T6 shuttle has been very impressive. You know, I've played in the days with Bright Hope, guys. Like, Bright Hope was a good card. That was a card that I was like, yeah, I want that in my deck. And now we have a card that's just Bright Hope, but straight up, like, action cheating and powering up your units. Like, where have we gone to, guys? That's crazy. It's crazy gameplay. Obi-Wan down. I guess we'll put both Obi-Wans down. I'm feeling like this red 5 is going to be good. Also, I want to keep multiple aggression cards in for Karis. All right, let's resource the Gunji. I will go for high damage here. I know my opponent's got 4 resources. They could potentially deploy like an Imperial Armor Commando, and if they do, they probably win the game. Oh, interesting. I like the idea behind this deck already. I'm enjoying this. They are ramping. They're ramping hard, actually. Blue leader. I mean, that technically is a 5-drop. Let's just go ahead and attack in for 3. Let's play the T6 shuttle. Chimera defeating the shuttle. That's good. That'll be good for them. Darksaber seems good. I might just go with Darksaber here. I mean, Chimera just kind of killing all of our units is just going to be good, I think. I'm going to go with Darksaber because we need to get as much damage in as possible. Resupply carrier. So this thing, they'll be able to flip and do some nonsense here with it. We didn't draw any of our, like, super big plot cards, but I mean, they will be able to kill Ahsoka here. And then we deploy Queen Amidala. And I mean, they're healing a lot, right? They just keep healing and healing and healing. Chimera is a game changer, my guys. That is crazy. Crazy work this thing is. I like the style of deck, though. Very cool. All right, so we're going to reveal Zeb here. And we will kill off the Director Krennic. Nice. They have Koska as well. Yeah, game's over. Good game. Chimera. Chimera just prevents me. I mean, if we had a plot card, so like they were at 17 damage on base. If we had, let's see, if we had like sudden ferocities, or if we happen to have like Naboo Roy or Starship, you know, we might have been able to sneak in and win at some point with this Zeb, but not quite. Not quite. GG. I like the style of deck though. I've been looking into Krennic with cards like Chimera. You have so much fodder that you want to generate and then accelerating. But this is the style of deck that I've liked Krennic in. Same experience with Akbar with these new heroic command cards. You mean like Akbar unit or Akbar leader? Because I have experience with Akbar unit, but not the leader. All right, let's keep going. Let's play another one. I've only got a little bit more time in me, so we gotta get in some games, my friends. We gotta get in some games. All right. Back for, yeah, shameless plug. You know me. We gotta run it. We gotta run it. Let's resource this, and I really want to go Karis into Crix into red leader. Red 5. I keep saying red leader. But maybe it's just better to go. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I like the play. Sure. Not happy about it. We deployed a lot of cards to do a lot of nothing, huh? At least that's how it felt. Deployed a lot of cards to do a lot of nothing. Sentinel on turn 2. All right, let's hit in for 3. We got Queen Amidala coming up soon. We do have Cinta, Sudden Ferocity. Put Sudden Ferocity on a unit, remember, so that could be relevant. But it's going to claim, as they should. Blue Leader was a fantastic draw. What an incredible draw. I'm just so good at the game. I just draw the best cards on the best turns. Yeah, let's just go Blue Leader here. And pay 2 and ambush. And now we're going to be able to power up another unit because of Ahsoka's ability. And we clear the way for Ahsoka to play next turn with a Cinta if we need to get in mass attacks. Caloran Beck is not as scary in this game, but we'll see what they've got. They could have a blue leader of their own, but it is a little bit awkward because it doesn't really do all that much. Protect the pod, huh? Get in for 5. There's an Adi Gallia. I think Gunji's probably the weakest of these. Adi Gallia could sneak in some damage here or there. Yeah, it was a fun game, Pedro. It was a fun game. Okay. Sure. Makes sense. So I go Sudden Ferocity. I think I just want to play Queen Amidala. And try to get as much damage in as possible. My opponent could have their own Queen Amidala if they opponent is, they have a lot of units, huh? I don't feel like I want to deploy the Ahsoka yet. I might be able to sneak in some extra damage here. We will find out. All right, so they have an attack. I mean, I assume... Yeah, so we just deploy Ahsoka. We go sudden ferocity on Queen Amidala. We hit support. We attack into Luke. We give +2/+0 to Ahsoka, and then we defeat a spy token because we can't have Luke Skywalker coming down. We can't. It kills all of our units. So obviously have Luke every time, my friends. Every time they've got Luke. So we can deploy a lot of units here, but it doesn't really matter here. I mean, I guess I should play Crix because it's an official. Yeah, that was a little bit of a mistake. They have Luke now. They have Luke again. So we're gonna go like this. They're gonna claim initiative. We'll hit him for 5. They can flip their Luke. Fine, you got it. They have Queen Amidala. Queen Amidala is good. Cool. So we hit in for 8. We can deal 2 damage to something. We can kind of clear the way. Not a fan of where we're at. No matter how we slice it, I'm not a huge fan. I guess if I go blue leader to the ground, I'm going to get in with one of these this turn. I'll take it. Not bad. I mean, we still have a lot of power on board, Okay, they're going to deal some damage. Seems reasonable to me. Let's go ahead and hit in for 5, since that's the most damage we can deal. Shuttle. All right, let's go ahead and hit in for 2. And then we play Typho. And then we have 2 lethal threats on the board again. They're going to have to do something pretty good. I don't know, a tricky game. They have another Luke, that'd be kind of cool. I mean, they can't play it this turn, but they could I guess claiming and doing nothing. Okay, we're going to play Adi Gallia then. Pass. Anakin, Obi-Wan. Not exactly what I wanted to see, but that's okay. Let's see what they've got. Keller and Beck try to find a Sentinel. They found one. All right, let's go. Anakin, put a shield token on Typho. And then we can power up. We power up the Typho, since it will kill off both of these units when they decide to attack. And then maybe that's not how I should have played it, because I could have given this +2. Yeah, well. Yeah. No, I think I messed up here. I think I missequenced that. Oh, true. I forgot Anakin has Saboteur. You're right. Thanks for, yeah. I think we would have been 1 point. If I had, we could have won that turn. I misplayed. That's what I was saying. We could have won that turn. Let's say my opponent's got 2 resources. They're not going to have anything. But we attack it with Adi Gallia. We attack it with Red 5. We pass the power on to Adi Gallia from Anakin, and we win, right? Or we attack, right? Boom, attack into Typho for 4 damage. We could do that. Or we could attack in here with the red leader or the blue leader into here. on the Typho. Red 5 gets in. That's 7 damage to Captain Typho. We put 2+2/+0 on Adi Galea. We shouldn't have given the +2/+0 to Captain Typho. We didn't need to kill their units that turn. We could have just won that turn, which is what I was trying to set up, but then I missequenced. So, yeah. Anakin does have Saboteur. I made it so that needed to be the case, but I shouldn't have needed that. I should have just been able to win. Okay. No turn 1 plays, Mulligan. Double Karis. Sure. I'll keep double Karis. It's Boba Fett, too. Could be risky to keep double Karis because Boba. They could potentially just kill both of them. Get a bunch of credit tokens, huh? What about bounty hunters? I haven't looked into Boba Fett this set after set 8 release. I don't know. Is there a lot of new bounty hunters that I'm excited about? Master Codebreaker. Okay, that's what we're doing. All right, opponent. I appreciate the game plan. So let's see what they're gonna go for. Improvised identity is interesting. It is very interesting. Contracted hunter. Sure. I like it. We can reveal red 5 because that's what we're going to play. We're going to go red 5. We can knock out Master Codebreaker now, so they're not going to have units on the thing. Oh, okay, well, they're going to have units still. Let's see what they pull off Master Codebreaker. Boba Fett. Well, they don't have the ability to actually enable that. All right. I don't think Queen Amidala is really what we were going to be doing here. What did they get? What did they get? Oh, that's sick. Yeah. I don't know how this deck works without literally exactly their draw, right? They have to have like exactly what they have drawn here. Oh, and a Darksaber, huh? Okay. I mean, this is a crazy draw, huh? Let's see what they grab now. Jabba's Rancor. Okay. I should have done shuttle. That was a mistake. Should have attacked as well. I'm just so focused on killing this Master Codebreaker that I'm being silly. Very, very large amount of miss sequences here. Let's see what they grab. Maz Kanata, they can. This is cool. This is very cool. Vermilion. This is awesome. I love this, to be honest. Let's just go ahead and power up. I mean, I don't think they're going to win despite this insane hand, but I don't know how they could possibly, like... Let's see. It's kind of risky to play something expensive. Yeah, because they gave me a bunch of tokens, which is very, very risky. Now we can go Zeb. Power up the Ahsoka. Oh, they got their own Maz Kanata, huh? Never mind. This could get more tricky than I was hoping for. I'm just kind of playing cards now because I have no idea what to expect from my opponent, right? There could be a million different things happening right now. A million. And yet, they're still losing pretty hard. Okay, we can go aggressive negotiations. Yeah, I mean... Actually, hold on, we're going to attack him with this, since that's going to be another unit they can take. Oh, we would have won by now if I wasn't being silly and I just, you know, T6 shuttled it, but that's fine. Spy token, boom. I'm surprised they killed that. I would have thought they killed Ahsoka. Yeah, that was really cool, and they just lost horribly. because I made so many mistakes because I was so infatuated with what they were doing. They improvised identity. They were able to grab Sarlacc of Carcoon to kill a ground unit. Jabba's Rancor, if we had another ground unit, they would have killed. Maz Kanata to grab Vermilion off the top, which then allowed them to play our Captain Typho, of course, one of the only few Sentinels in our deck to go ahead right off the top, right off the top to go ahead and protect their board. And Darksaber to power up their Master Codebreaker so it doesn't die into red 5. That was one of the craziest games I've played of set 8 so far. And I think that was sick. Like, I mean, this is just insane. Like, that was awesome. I've been trying to make an improvised identity deck, and it's really come down to, like, armor every time. And then just playing a bunch of random cards in your deck. Like, I guess in this deck, you can just kind of play these cards and not be too mad about it. Like, Maul, sure, it's off aspect, but, like, Maz Kanata's not, Sarlacc of Carcoon's not, Jabba's Rancor's not. So you can kind of just play those cards out later on in the game. But I was creating like an armorer deck where you just play whatever you want and then, you know, hope you don't draw them, right? I feel like they ran really well, though. Master Codebreaker into Improvised Identity is probably the best start they could have asked for. Into Contracted Hunter to be able to play Improvised Identity because they got a credit token off of it. I mean, that was... I don't know if it could get better than that, to be honest. That was insane. That was awesome. Shout out to the opponent because that was really cool. Oh, man. That was awesome. All right, I'm going to mulligan this one. I'm not a huge fan of this hand. This one is better. Okay. Audi Gallia. Obi-Wan. I think I'm going to keep Karis. And I'm just going to play red 5 here. Depending on what my opponent does. They aggressive negotiations us? That's a crazy play, but sure. Opponent doing some stuffs here, huh? I can go T6, I can go Crix plus Obi-Wan. I think I'll just hit in for 3 and then play T6. Shuttle. Wow, what a play. I mean, they are gaming over there. I'm going to be honest, guys. This is a crazy gamer maneuver. This is just absolutely absurd. We can play, potentially, Crix plus Queen Amidala this turn. Potentially. We are going to be able to. That's going to be awesome. I think I will just go ahead and just take advantage of it, actually. Crix, Queen Amidala. Look at that. And then we have Naboo Royal Starship. So now we can power this up, attack in. They can go ahead and yoink a token, and they can start like putting experience tokens on their Revan. Darth Vader's good. That's a good pickup. Yeah, we might be in more trouble than I was hoping for. So what do we have? I want to get rid of the shield tokens. So let's just go ahead and do that. And then we've got T6 shuttle. So we've got an attack in for 7 here on Revan. Okay, now what do we do? So we still have an attack in for 7. Naboo or a Starship. I mean, I think I just attack in for 7, right? Yeah, seems good. So they can kill here. We got Sith Holocron, huh? Oh, they're all in, huh? All right. Back to the game at hand, huh? Back to the game at hand. Opponent just coming in and smacking us. Oh, wow. Yeah. Our opponent's just wrecking us. We don't have, I don't think we have an answer to any of this. I mean, we can go aggressive negotiations. Their aggressive negotiations on turn one ended up being insane. Good work from our opponent. I mean, this is awesome. Nihilus, they had a good curve. Darth Vader was great. You're gonna hit in for a base. I think that's correct. Let's go Adi Gallia here so we can put up Sentinel. I don't think it'll matter, but we're gonna do it anyways. Let's go Dark Saber on Obi-Wan. We can then power up the Karis. We're gonna go ahead and power up the Karis here. We can hit the 000. And then they're going to claim initiative. Okay, we hit for 7 and then pass. All right, green leader, Haymaker. Love to see Revan do things, right? It is cool, huh? We can Haymaker this. Let's go green leader. I mean, they can hit base for 4 with just the Marox Fiend Fighter, right? I mean, actually, this is only when damage units, right? Sith Holocron. Not exactly super excited. I'm going to stall an action here just to see what they've got. Boob. Seems good. Haymaker. Yep. Haymaker, very, very strong. Opponent was going to go for that end the game win con here, but we hit it for quite a bit. Ooh, Zeb is a win. That's a win. Yeah, imagine if you had always 2 of them. Oh, yes. I mean, we just have the win, right? I could play Zeb, but I think this is the better play to make. If I claim and they have an answer, it's so bad for us. But if I don't claim and they have an aggressive negotiations, they win. The question is, are they more likely to have like another Tyrannus, or are they more likely to have like a Galvanized Leap, or what? All right, I'm claiming. Okay. All right. Good game. I cannot believe we won that game. I'll be honest, I did not think we were going to win that game. If only he was blue. If Revan's not winning that game, just give up. Okay? Just give up. I mean, they were so far ahead. It's crazy. All right, let's keep. I don't think Zeb's going to be relevant here. It's too expensive. I want to keep him because I think he's cool, but I just don't think you could play him. Not a huge fan of this hand. I think we're going to get dominated by a 000 and, well, Allegiant General Pike is also one that could do some work against us. See what my opponent's going to do. They're going to attack base. We will take some damage here. I will play Obi-Wan here, and we can power up the Gunji, which I will do. And we will knock out Pike. And then we got blue leader Crix. I can go Crix into something potentially. I'm going to resource the aggressive negotiations. And we'll see what my opponent decides to do here. I'm going to power up the Gunji and see what my opponent's got. IG, get some damage in. At this point, maybe one more damage is maybe going to matter, but we will go T6 shuttle, put up a Sentinel, then get in for some damage here. The Crick's kind of weak here. I mean, I guess I can play multiple plays, but yeah, we'll see what my opponent does. Aggressive negotiations. We'll play another T6. My opponent could have topple the summit, right? If they topple the summit, we just lose. There's not much we can do about that. Just have to hope for no topple. Topple is a broken card. All right. I mean, even just normal deploy here is kind of obnoxious, no? Cinta. Yeah, Cinta's good. How much damage can I do here? So I can go blue leader, knock out the tie, advanced. Which doesn't, like, kill me. So if I go blue leader, knock out the tie, advanced, I can then sudden ferocity, power up Obi-Wan, attack, power up Ahsoka, which is 6. Technically, I'm not dead, but I am very close to being dead. Because then that next turn, they would attack for 2, and then they would need 2 actions to make. So we go blue leader, ambush. And then we go deploy, sudden ferocity here, support here, power up here. Play to our outs, play to our outs. I don't think we have any, but I'm playing to them. Aggressive negotiations was an out. By the way. Opponent says tough, but if we had another sudden ferocity, we would have just won. Right? Another sudden ferocity would have just won. So now they got to think. Think away, my friend. Think away. Oh. Did we win? I think we won. I think we won. Yeah. My opponent tried to play a little bit safer. They should have just gone for the win. They should have attacked with Cinta first. They played safe. We played for our outs. I think if they just went for the win, that was much more likely to win. Like the chances of winning when you're playing the safe game plan, like sometimes you just got to make sure they don't have it. But maybe they have an answer to this. Yeah, he says should have attacked. It's tough. You know, when you're making those decisions, it's like, okay, you know, you got to play for something. I tend to play to win. But, you know, that can sometimes backfire. You know, you could play a little bit safer in some cases, and that can make you obviously win more games. But wow, yeah, I mean that's the power of Ahsoka, right? They had 34 damage, which is 34 HP on base, and we were able to deal. We did 13 damage in that Ahsoka flip. That is the power of Ahsoka right there, my friends. That is the power of Ahsoka. And you know, that was a great game to end it on because I have got to go to bed. It is getting late. Getting late. But I've got a video for you guys. I promise. I haven't posted a video today. It is video time now. So if you guys want to check it out, I'll put a link to the video, the new video that I'll be posting here shortly. I don't remember which one it is actually. Let me just go and pull it up. Shameless plugging the video, plugging my own video in my own stream. This guy. Actually cringe. Oh, it's a Thrawn yellow. It's Thrawn yellow. There is the video, my friends. You get early access to it since you guys came to the stream. You're welcome. You're welcome. Imagine if I don't remember who told me, but me and this in your stream around 2 weeks ago. But the recommendation we get third place in a store challenge. So thanks. That's awesome. What did you play, Sigmund? Early access to the video. Guys, if you want to check out the stream, I'll be here next week. I got some positive feedback about the shorts idea, so you might see me posting some regular shorts around here. I might include that in my regular content. I've never really dove into shorts too much, but Thrawn Yellow Force, well, fortunate for you, I literally just posted a video with Thrawn Yellow Force, so that's cool. Thanks for the juice. Yeah, you're welcome, Dipstick. Maybe next week we'll do some drafts for set 8. I'm kind of excited. I'm going to be setting up a pre-release draft for the patron, so that's going to be fun. Star Wars Academy, I will see you next week. Same time, be early. You'll be the first one here. I respect that. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you all for the next week one.